Welcome back for today's college football pick video play for Friday, November 23rd, 2018. In this one, talking about this matchup between the Houston Cougars and the Memphis Tigers. If you're interested in getting all of our college football picks for this week's action, you can check those out over at stumpthespread.com, which is linked down in the video description. So in this one, going to give our lead on where we see the better value on the over-under. The total number pretty high here at 75 points, but not a surprise to see the total number that high, given the offensive production that we've seen from both of these squads this year. Houston coming in 8-3 overall, and they're 5-2 in conference play. If they win this one, they go on to win the West Division and play in the championship game for the AAC. And if Memphis wins this one right now, they're at 7-4 overall and 4-3 within conference. That would put this particular division in a situation where a number of teams are potentially up for grabs to try and win that tiebreaker. There's 3 teams at 4-3 within the West Division, and Houston at 5-2. So if Houston loses this one, that puts them at 5-3 with those 4-3 teams with a chance to try to close that gap. So it'll be interesting to see how that whole picture plays itself out. And unfortunately for the Cougars, playing without their starting quarterback, Derek King, who's put up some big-time numbers. They're going with their backup quarterback now, and we saw a little bit from their backup in Houston's last outing. He only completed 6 of 15 passes, so we're a little bit concerned about the consistency of this offensive attack from Houston today. And that's part of the reason, obviously, why Houston comes in as 7-point dogs, given the fact that King isn't going to be there under center. And Houston, in their last outing, they looked pretty good. They bounced back, getting a 48-17 win over Tulane after they had come up short in back-to-back weeks against Temple and SMU. The home team here, the Memphis Tigers, not quite living up to their high expectations. And actually, pretty surprisingly, in their last outing, it was a lower-scoring game against SMU, who's another typical high-octane offensive attack, but that one just by a final of 28-18. Memphis, in terms of their numbers, are averaging 43 points per game, while the Cougars are at about 48 points per game. But again, we don't expect the same type of offensive production today from Houston, given their quarterback situation. Also, the fact that Memphis played in a surprisingly lower-scoring game in their last outing means that coming to this one, perhaps we see another surprise in terms of the tempo that we get from both these squads. And with the total number so high at 75 points, there's not a whole lot of margin for error offensively, and we feel like the better value is going to be siding with the under. Again, guys, siding with the under 75 points as the better value bet. If you agree, give the video a thumbs up. Disagree, give it a thumbs down. You can check out all of our college football picks for this week's action over at stumpthespread.com. Linked down in the video description. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we hope to see you guys back here for future videos.